Good morning, guys. Hope everybody's well. Let's just get into it. We're going to do a quick run through today. Keep it short and sweet because the plays are pretty easy. This is just a screenshot yesterday. I posted this in the Telegram, first link in the description, of how it hit all the levels that we posted. This is why I know sometimes on some of the videos, again, it depends on what the price action has been like, that it might seem like there's a ton of these arbitrary lines drawn on the chart, but this is to show you that they are not, because they are there for a reason. I explain the reasons every day, and these are where our highest probability trades are, where we'll find support and resistance, not just at highs and lows and all of these things. That's just very basic stuff. Again, I'm not going to go into it right now because we cover this every day, but this is to show you how much it respects these lines that I'm putting in and why I'm doing it, okay? So pay attention to them, and I'm giving you free game every day that's simple if you follow it and if you're just being sensible. Right, now moving on to Bitcoin, we're looking at the 4 hour here, and we've got our new levels. The first thing I'm gonna say, and we're gonna cover this more on the order flow part, is I don't like how we're pumping into this New York Open. I'm hoping that we see a little bit of a sell-off and then we can, pop the reversal to kind of continue to the upside, because that's obviously what we all want. But we're at this big area of resistance now, which is going to be these highs. We also have our low volume node here inside of our daily sell side imbalance, which we will again look to use as resistance again, not just the edge, but also probably look to fill in this low volume node. But things are looking great. Remember, this was the position everybody was telling you it's over once we broke down from here, but we didn't. We bounced off our levels, we came back, we supported on our second level, we tested the level above, we come back down, test our level again, we test this perfectly, bounce from this perfectly, come here, we're testing off the green. Where does it look like we want to go? We either want to come back here, test, and come back here and test again, or we want to push up here, which is what I would expect we would do here, and then probably look for a retrace to come and test the levels below. And again, if you're watching these videos for the first time, you might think I'm drawing these lines on post, saying, oh, look how smart I am, look where these lines are bounced. You can go back and check the videos. Go and join the free Telegram and see that these are the levels that we've set yesterday going into the trading day, and each day the levels will be different based on the price action that followed the previous day. It's that simple, guys. We'll go into more detail now on the order flow chart, but first thing that I want us to have a look at is the hype play we spoke about yesterday. And boom, what did it do? It respected the levels here that we set for the entry for a nice trade to the upside. You can still see the orange arrows from the video yesterday that I've not deleted, but we were here when we were putting the video together and saying that, look, we don't want to fade this momentum on hype. It looks great. It looks like people trying to front run stuff, which it turns out people were front running that pump on Bitcoin. And also, just in hindsight, an excellent entry on hype, which is a great financial product. And we said, look, we'll either come back to retest this zone, or if we do see a bigger sell-off, we'll come back to test here. We've tested right on the button. We've pushed up into our low volume node here. People tried to sell off. We found support again, and boom, straight to the upside. So if you followed this and entered here, well done, you caught a banger trade. So in terms of looking at things from an order flow perspective, I'm not liking the fact that we are pumping going into the New York Open if we're looking for a long bias. We can also see here on the open interest that it's been quite aggressively growing as people have been entering their positions. So we can see that people are opening longs and wanting to go long here. I would be very tentative to do so and won't be doing so at this moment in time until we can see how the New York Open plays out, because we do classically love to reverse all of that and trap these traders. What I could see if we are at this daily value area high, of course, which is, key area of resistance. But if we do continue pumping, I would see something like this. This gray line here is the low volume node, which we have linked on TradingView. So you can see the levels there. That's just for reference. And right around here, we have our previous week value area high. So if we do continue a rip, I'd imagine trying to have a retest here. If we do pump higher, retest and sell off at the previous week value area high. And if that's the case, what we want to be looking for then is support either here at the value area high, or most likely coming back to retest this point of control, testing these lows here, and this is our key area to hold. If we don't and we continue selling off, the probability that we retrace to the daily value area low and potentially retest the daily low and look to set a new one is very high. We also here, as you can see, have the previous day point of control and the weekly VWAP. Again, two massive areas of interest that we want to be keeping an eye on. And for me, the vision's that simple, We come up here, we trade into this. If we don't hold, we want to try and hold here, but more than likely we'll come back. If we do come back into the value area, we'll look to retest the point of control. If we fail to break that, again, highest probabilities we test the value area low, then look to put in a daily low or retest the daily low we've got. And if we break that again, probably look to retest the weekly VWAP. And of course we have this monthly value area low. Like, look how many little areas of confluence we have here where we can sweep for liquidity, and then go and line that up on TradingView with our lines and with our levels that we've set. And you're nicely prepared for some banger trades. Likewise, if you do see this big sell-off going into the New York Open, be looking for that reversal. Be looking for where we step in on these key levels to try and go to the upside, okay? We are currently pumping, so statistics would tell us that it's higher EV for us to look for trades to the upside. But again, we're in a very cautious position here where we're quite overextended with lots of liquidity below us, and we're at very key value area levels. And that's basically the play, guys. Try to front run some resistance here at these levels, most likely the previous week value area high in our low volume node, or wait for this sell-off and look for support at the point of control, value area low, or potentially even down here at the monthly value area low and the weekly VWAP to look for support to continue to the upside. And for me, the plays will be as simple as that. Look at this that we're holding here now perfectly on our low volume node within our buy side imbalance. That's the 50, and then we have the 200. So right here, we're in between the 50 and the 200. And what did we mention about the trade here that we're expecting? Okay. You're starting to see the vision. So that's some value in between here and here is something that I would expect is going to be the highest probability trade for the day. And that's everything for today's video. Keeping it short and sweet. Plays are simple. You know what it is. If you've got any questions, join the free Telegram. It's a channel, but everybody in there is going to get access to the private chat that we're doing where we can talk through things one-on-one. Of course, anyway, in that channel, I'll share more details as I take trades and open positions and close positions, and as my thesis may or may not change throughout the trading day. But yeah, join that. First link in the description. It's free. We also catch banger meme coin plays in there. And other than that, if you enjoyed it, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you get this every day before the New York Open happens. And other than that, good luck, guys. Have fun, and I'll see you in the books.